Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I'm very pleased to speak to this MPI by the member for Indi, and I've got to say this is an area that I know the member for Indi has championed for a very long time. And I just would like to read a quote that's come from the Australian Medical Students Association, and it's this: "I want to go home and tell potential future doctors in my rural community to choose a career path in medicine, as we have a government that will support you through the long, hard journey to become a doctor. But I can't because we don't have the support we should at all." And so that powerful statement is from a member of the Australian Medical Students Association, disappointed at the lack of support for medical students under this Commonwealth practical payment scheme. And I've got to say on the outset, I think this scheme is brilliant. We just need to finesse it and make sure that we're capturing everybody that really it should apply to. Because from the 1st of July this year, as we know, this scheme provides $331.65 a week, and it's payable for students who undertake a mandatory placement in select disciplines. And so those placements, they might be doing a diploma in nursing, or they might be studying a degree in teaching, nursing, midwifery or social work, or indeed a master's degree. Now, the requirement is for the placement to be an average of 30 or more hours per week and must prevent them from maintaining paid work. Now, I just want to touch upon that because I think a lot of people don't realise that for certainly at some institutions, and this is for my daughter who is studying her diploma in nursing, it just blows my mind. She's just finished a prac placement and told me all about the work that she's doing, and truly she has done things in the last 2 weeks that I could not even possibly do. But she has 2 other jobs. She lives independently from home. She lives in another state while she's studying this, but she's not allowed to do any work on those weekends in between when she's doing prac placement, or indeed nights. So financially, it is a huge impact for young people, for anyone, young or mature age, who is studying. Because they not only are doing, in her case, 2 lots of 40 hours a week, over a fortnight, but to not be able to do any of your other casual jobs is a huge financial impost. But we need to capture everyone that this should apply to, and that does include those who are studying medicine, because I think in particularly young people who are perhaps first in family, or from families that can't afford to financially support them, or indeed they're out of home. It's such a barrier to study, so we really need to get this right, because this placement payment is designed to provide those most at risk of placement poverty with cost of living support to help ease the financial pressures associated with placements. And I would even say that there's perhaps some other areas of study that we could look to expand this to as well in the future, because we really do want our young people to be able to undergo those prac placements. And I didn't realise until starting to talk to young people in my community who are studying physiotherapy or other qualifications, how much placement they need to do as part of their degree. It really is quite extraordinary, and so everything that we can do is really important to support them. I might just go back to my daughter. Many of her friends, and she was included in this, we were able to help her, but many of her friends at uni were not able to receive any assistance under this scheme in the last practical that they did, because the practical was only 80 hours over that fortnight. And of course the threshold, she's been told, was indeed 80 hours. So that's 2 weeks of no money at all, and that's very, very hard for young people who are just trying to cover the cost of rent and food and everything else. So this is an excellent program, but I think it can be improved. I'd hate to think we would wait the several years to review it and do that. I think that we could do that more quickly, and so I commend the member for Indi for bringing this to the parliament, and let's work on this now and not in years to come. Thank you.